So today I want to focus on the breath, and I want to start by just ensuring that you're breathing all the way from the belly rather than just from the chest. So you can do this sitting up, but it's quite nice to do lie down. I am going to lie down if I can move the cat. So either stay sitting or bring yourself into a reclined position on the floor. Excuse me, cat. Oh, off you go. There you go. And you can just extend the legs out, or you can bend the legs. Actually, bending the legs is quite nice, but whatever works for you. And bring one hand onto the belly and one hand onto the chest. And just close down the eyes. And just start to breathe. And because you've got hand in your belly and chest, you should feel either just one hand rising as you breathe, but you might feel two. So as you inhale through the nostrils and exhale, and I want you to make sure that on the inhale, the air is going down, so the chest is expanding, but also the belly is expanding, so you'll feel your hand rising on your belly. And then as you exhale, it will fall back again. So just take a few breaths, just seeing how that feels. But making sure that the breath goes all the way to the belly. And you can even sort of emphasize it, so more than is natural. So on the inhale, really kind of push out the belly. And once you're sure, and if you feel comfortable that you're definitely breathing to the full extent, all the way to the bottom of the belly, you can just relax and let the hands come to the sides. And by making sure that every breath is a full belly breath, you're then getting more of the benefits of the oxygen as you breathe in and out. And the benefits here are sort of psychological and emotional. It has a more calming effect on the body, but also physically. It's bringing more oxygen into the body more quickly. You're taking deeper breaths. And you're just filling the body more, so you're getting a higher oxygen to carbon dioxide ratio in the body, in the blood, which has an increased detoxifying effect on the body. And this is very good to do in times of stress. Just check, are you just breathing just from the chest, so shallow breaths, or are you actually breathing to its full extent all the way into the belly? finish off your next inhale and exhale. And then we're going to come to sitting. So you can either just rock up, crossing your legs, rock up, or just roll over to the side. Come up. The sitting position. So we're just going to start mobilizing the joints, the ankles and the wrists and the neck. So we did this last week as well, so we can incorporate the ankles and the wrists at the same time. So sit with your arms outstretched, parallel to the floor, and flex your feet towards you. So the legs are straight, feet flexed. And you just start by pointing the toes away. And then when you inhale, point the toes towards you and point the fingertips up to the ceiling. Keep the arms straight. Exhale, point the toes away. And at the same time, point the fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, up with the toes and the fingers. Keeping the arms straight. Exhale, pointing the toes away, fingers down. One last time. Inhale, pointing, bring the toes up and the fingers up. Exhale down. And then we're going to rotate. So see if you can do ankles and wrists at the same time. Rotating one way. It's quite difficult coordinating this. And then the other. Excellent. Just relax, drop the hands down. Keep the legs out stretched, and we're just going to move the neck. So drop the chin to the chest. Thanks, sorry. And then we're just going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Make sure your shoulders are rolled back and down. And then look up. And then to the other side, drop the left ear down. And then chin to chest. So speed that up a little bit, rotating round. Inhaling as you're rotating up. Exhaling, rotating down. One last time. And then gently reverse. Exhaling as you point the chin down, rolling round, inhaling. Exhale. Excellent. Come back to center. So in this sequence today, we're going to be doing quite a lot of hip openers, because the hips being such an important part of the body, we really want to exercise them because it will help with long-term future mobility. So let's start very easy. Bend the right knee so that you're holding the foot in one hand. Bring your hand to the knee, and we're just going to make circular motions so that you're moving the hip kind of through its full range of motion. And that will look slightly different for everybody, but we're just rotating the joint, because the hip joints are ball and socket joints, so it can move all ways. Just move it a few times and then reverse. So pulling the leg, cradling it into you, and then opening out. Just to get it ready, because we'll be doing some slightly more opening movements during the course of the class. Just bring the leg back down. We'll do that with the left leg. So holding the foot in the right hand, bring the left hand to the outside of the knee, and we're just going to pull the foot in towards us and then rotate. So you're actually feeling this in the hip joint. Might feel a bit strange, that's okay. Just Getting it moving, reverse the other way. One more time. Extend the leg. And you're going to bring the feet in together. So the soles of the feet are together. You can hold on to your feet, sit up straight, roll the shoulders back, and feel as if you're pushing the knees, both knees down towards the ground, but try not to hunch the shoulders over. Keep the shoulders open and the chest open, pushing the knees down. Ooh, nice. You really should feel that on the inside of the hips. And then, unless you're very flexible, the knees won't come down to the ground, but that's fine. It's just the opening feeling that we're going for, the nice stretch there. Just leave go. You can help the knees back together, and we're just going to come up onto hands and knees. So get yourself into a nice tabletop position, dial the hands out so that you're activating the arms, activating the core. And we're going to do opposite arms and legs. So we're going to stretch the right leg back. If you want, you can lift up the left arm as well. That's up to you. Really push out of the supporting right arm, really pushing away. Use your balance here. Nice strong position. And then squeeze in for a crunch. So bringing the knee in and try to bring the nose into the knee. We'll extend out. We're going to do that 2 more times. So with control, squeeze, crunching in, extending out, and then squeeze, crunching in, extending out, and then come back onto all fours. We'll do that on the other side. So engage the arms by dialing the hands out, kick the left leg back, flex the foot. You can either stay here, or if you would like, you can bring the right arm stretching out. So really feel as if your heel is pointing away behind you, your fingertips reaching way out in front, stretching in opposite directions. From here, you can bring in a crunch, squeezing in. See how close you can get your nose to your knee, extending out, squeezing in, extending out, squeezing in one more time, extend out, and bring the feet, bring the hands and the knees back to the floor. And we're going to come up into standing. So we'll do that via downward dog. So tuck the toes under, walk the hands a little bit forward, push the hips up, come back. Let's just walk that out for a few steps here, pressing the left heel down, pressing the right heel down. Don't need to be too static in the pose. Pushing the hips up and back. And to come to standing, we're just going to walk forward till the feet come between the hands, and then roll up. Oh, shoulders back, shine the palms forward, feel the energy. So we're going to do a flow now, which is a modification on sun salutations. And so we're not going to do downward dog because I want to really emphasize that we're going to do each movement with the breath. Because if you can incorporate one movement with each breath, it becomes like a flow meditation. So just follow me. We'll do it slowly the first time and then we'll speed it up and do it maybe 2 or 3 more times. So come to the top of your mat, feet shoulder width apart, dial the feet out so that you're engaging the legs, engaging the buttocks, engaging the core. Roll the shoulders back. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms up, push the hips forward, exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knees if you would like. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale here in the forward fold. Bring the hands to the ground. Kick the feet back as you inhale, and as you exhale, you bring the knees down and bring the chin and chest to the floor. Inhale, push up to cobra. Exhale, and this time just push the hips back into child's pose. Nice and easy. Inhale, come up to tabletop, and then push the chest open into cow position. Exhale, push the back up into cat. Inhale, bring one foot forward between the hands, come up halfway. Exhale, fall forward, and then inhale, come up, push the hips forward, hands in prayer. So that was a modified sun salutation. So hopefully it's easier to go in a flow here because you're not worrying too much about any of the positions. So let's go through it. Let's do it 3 times from here. And I won't give too many directions, but really focus on the breath. Deep, long, slow inhale and exhale. Roll the shoulders back. Get ready. Inhale, reaching up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, kick the feet back, lower down as you exhale. Inhale, up to cobra. Exhale, back into child's pose. Inhale, come up into cow. Exhale, into cat. Inhale, one foot forward, up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach up, and then hands in prayer. Again, inhale, up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, kick feet back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, foot forward, up halfway. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands in prayer. So one last time and really emphasize one motion, one breath. Inhale, up, exhale, fall forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, kick legs back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, one foot up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Then hands by the side in mountain. Close the eyes. Focus on the breath. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale through the nostrils. Excellent. And once you flow that way with one motion, one breath, and it's quite comfortable, it becomes a moving meditation. So, and eventually all your flows will be like that, but it's a bit difficult at the beginning when you're throwing in lots of difficult positions. So, let's do some standing postures now we're all warmed up. So, open the legs nice and wide, more than hip, good bit more than hip distance apart. We're going to do triangles. So as you, well, let's sort the feet out first. Pick up the toes on the right foot, turn them 90 degrees. Toes on the left foot, just in a little bit. Inhale, arms parallel, push the pinkies back so you're opening up the chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the torso over, make sure you're not falling forward. Over to the right, and then just drop one arm down, one arm up, tuck the tailbone in, look up towards the thumb, left thumb. And you want to feel as if you're opening up in the chest, so really opening up this way, so your chest isn't coming down to the ground. Open. Try and keep your tailbone in. So imagine you've got a sheet of glass in front of you, sheet of glass behind you, and you're in one plane in between. And from here, we're going to transition straight. Well, we'll come up first, and then we're going to warrior two. So to come up, look at the toes, bend the knee, come on up. So the knee's already bent, so let's leave it there. So just check the knee is up above the ankle. And just check the knee is nice and open, it's not trying to come in. Push the pinkies back again, opening up the chest. And then turn and look out over the middle finger. So inhale. And on the exhale, see if you can come down a little bit lower. You might find, I prefer to have my feet wider for warrior than I do with triangle. So you might just want to adjust it. And you can come down a little bit lower. Excellent. We'll go into reverse warrior, so turn the right palm up. And then back bend. Left hand supporting, but don't be taking too much weight on the left hand. You should be supporting yourself using the core muscles rather than relying on your hands. Nice and strong in the legs. Check your knee is still bent, the right front knee. And then come back into warrior two. Just take a couple of breaths here, no rush. Strong legs, feel like a warrior. And then on the next inhale, gently straighten up that front leg. Turn both sets of toes towards the front. You might want to give your legs a shake, or even bring your feet together if you want and shake the legs out. And then come back into wide-legged position. We're going to do a forward fold from here, hands on hips. Inhale, roll shoulders back, look up. Exhale, bending, so folding from the hips. Coming down, if you can, bring the hands to the floor. You want to bring your elbows in so that they're not sticking out to either side. Bringing them in. Feeling that nice stretch on the thighs, on the hip creases. And close the eyes here. Just seeing if the crown of your head can come closer to the ground. And then to come up, you can either bring the hands back to the hips, or if you need some more support, put them on the thighs. Coming up with a flat back. And from here, we'll just go into a little yogi squat. So heel toe, until your feet are a little bit more than hip distance apart. Turn the toes out. And then I'm going to bend the knees, so the knees are coming outwards. There we go. So if you can come down, you want to feel so that when you put your hands in prayer, my elbows are going to come to the insides of my knees. So when I push my hands together and my elbows come slightly apart, pushing my knees open. So opening up in the hips. Sinking the hips down to the floor, not the hips, the glutes down to the floor. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, facial muscles nice and relaxed. And then to come up. So we can just release the elbows. And if you can come up without the help of your hands, please do so. But if you want, you can bring the hands down to help yourself up. Whatever works for you. Raise the body up. Give your legs a shake. And we'll repeat that. We'll repeat the standing postures on the other side. So feet nice and wide apart, toes initially pointing forward. Then pick up the toes on the left, 90 degrees. Turn the back foot in slightly. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Come over to the left. Watch the body doesn't tip forward, so you're just coming sideways. Once you've got as far as you can, drop one arm, raise the other. You turn and look up at the thumb, feeling as if the right arm's been pulled, stretched up to the ceiling, and the left arm's been pulled down to the floor. Real opening through the chest. Strong in the legs. You should feel that in the inner thighs. And then to come out, look at the left toes, bend the left knee, come on up. So we're going into warrior. You might want to shoulder your foot a little bit further. Might work same as it does for me, like a wider stance for warrior 2. Raise the arms. And this time, we're just going to bend that left knee. Knee directly over the ankle. Push the pinkies back, opening up the chest, and then look over the middle finger. Strong and stable in the legs. Feel kind of nice and graceful in the arms. Turn the left palm upwards. To inhale, come back into slight back bend. Make sure that left knee is still bent and just up above the ankle. Deep, steady breath here. It's always a bit harder in the back bend. Your breath sometimes comes a bit shorter. Try and keep it long. Come back into warrior 2. Just 2 more breaths from here. Deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And come up, straighten the leg. Point both toes forward. Shake the legs if you need them. If you need to. We're going to go back into a forward fold. But this time we're going to twist to either side. So bring the hands to the hips. Deep breath in. Exhale. Come on forward. Ooh. If the hands come to the ground, that's great. If not, put them on the thighs. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to walk the hands over to the right foot. And you can either lift up the right arm, or you can bring the arm onto the small of the back, the middle of the back. Try both. Use the breath. So inhale, exhale, see if you can come round a little bit more. Then we're going to come back to center. Walk the hands over to the left. Hold on around the shin or the ankle. Lift left arm up. It's quite nice to bring it onto the middle of the back. Deep breath in. And breathing out. A nice twist round to the left. Come back to center, and either hands on hips or hands on thighs if you need some more support. Come on up. Whew. Come back to the top of the mat. Just before we come down onto the ground, we're going to do standing pigeon. So, it's a hip opener, but it's also balance. So I'll stand and face you so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to pick up the right foot. In fact, let's hug the right foot into the chest. And then you're going to place the right ankle just up above the left knee. Try and keep that knee open. You can bring your hands to prayer. And then you're going to sink back. So pushing the hips backwards and bending the left knee. Keeping the right knee nice and open. So hip opener and balance. Push your hands together, will help you with stability. We're not staying here long. And then to come out, straighten up the left leg and bring the right down. And we'll repeat that on the other side. So inhale, pick the left knee up, give a hug into the chest. And then place the left ankle up above the right knee. Whoop. Keep the knee pressing open. Bring the hands to prayer. Sink the hips back. Pushing them back, bending the right knee. Trying to keep the torso upright. Pushing the hands together. Doesn't matter if you sway or if you're unsteady, or even if you have to bring the foot down and then go back in like that. It's because I said it. And then when you're ready, with control, come back out, bring feet to the ground, give your feet a little shake. Okay. So from here, we're just going to come down onto the ground. So how are we doing for 10? Will we flow down or will we let's flow down? Come on. We'll do a full sun salutation so you don't forget what that is. So just shoulders back, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor. Kick the feet back. You can put the knees down if you would like. Chin and chest to the floor. Push up, cobra, tap toes under, and this time we're pushing up and back into down dog. And then walk the feet forward. And then when they're halfway, you can cross your ankles and come down, sit in the mat. I'm going to turn and face you, legs outstretched. We're going to do a couple of forward folds. So you want to be, your torso to be pointing towards one leg. I'm going left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, really reaching over and forward. Falling over the extended left leg. Always nice to close the eyes in a forward fold. Listen to the breath. If you keep the feet, can keep them flexed, it keeps the legs very active, and it means that your right leg will stay active as well. Come out by walking the hands up the leg, turn and face the other leg. You might want to lift your hips up and down. Deep breath in, raise the arms, stretching up. Exhale, falling forward. Close down the eyes, holding on wherever is comfortable. Might be the shin, might be the ankle, might be around the foot. And to come out, walk the hands up. And we're just going to come down into a reclined position. So slowly. Oh, feel the connection with the floor along every vertebra. Once you're fully on the floor, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor, bring the palms to the floor, to the sides of the body. We're just going to do a nice bridge. Inhale, push the hips up. And you might want to kind of walk the shoulders so that you kind of rock from side to side. So your shoulders sort of come underneath the body slightly, and that helps you push your hips up, helps open up the chest. And really notice the difference. See if you push your knees together here, you can really feel the increased sort of tension, so the increased exercise in the glutes, in the thighs. You're really building up a bit of strength here just by pushing the knees together while still keeping the hips nice and raised. Then to let the hips come back to the floor, we're going to pick up the right knee, give it a hug. This is like what we were doing when we were standing. So extend the foot up, the right foot, point the heel up to the ceiling, get a nice stretch. And then you're going to bring the right ankle above the left knee. So we're going to do a reclined pigeon. So opening out through the right knee, and then bring this left knee up towards you. And if you can reach, clasp your hands behind your left thigh. But if you can't reach, you can just hold on to the right foot and at the right knee, because you're trying to guide your left knee in towards you, because then you're going to feel that on the right glute, on the right hip, the right glute, but also on the inside of the hip. And relax the shoulders down. And this is exactly the same hip opening posture that we did standing up. But we take out all the issue of having to balance at the same time. So you can really focus on the sensations in your hip as you pull that left leg in towards you, but also try and push your right knee away from you. And just see the different sensations that you're feeling in your right hip area as you do that. Then you're going to bring both feet back to the floor. We'll do on the other side. So raise the left leg, flex the foot, point your heel, really pushing the heel away from you up to the ceiling for that lovely stretch. Then bring the left ankle, the left foot just up above the right knee. And you're going to pull that knee and that thigh in towards you. And you can even put your hand on your left knee and push it away so that you can really feel it a little bit more. Roll the shoulders back and down so that they're still in contact with the ground. Close down the eyes. And then bring soles of the feet to the floor. We'll do a quick twist, so stretch your arms out to either side. Bring both knees towards the chest, take a deep breath in, and then let the knees fall over to one side. I've gone left. Doesn't matter because we're just going to do the other side afterwards. The most important thing is the knees are going left. Make sure your right shoulder is still in contact with the floor. So that you're really twisting your body. Almost like you're wringing out a cloth. Inhale with control, so using the core, bring the knees back. Up. Take a deep breath in, keep the knees bent, and then as you exhale, let them fall over to the other side. So hopefully, now we're doing our twists, you're nice and relaxed already. If you're feeling any tension, particularly in the thighs, try and instruct them to relax. Sometimes you want to move the position of your feet so you can wrap one foot around the other, around the leg, help. And then on the inhale, roll over onto the back and extend the left leg, extend the right leg. Bring the arms just in a comfortable distance away from the body. So bring the heels maybe to the edges of your mat, letting the feet flop open. As we're just ready ourselves for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Bring the attention onto the breath. The sensation of the air as it flows in the nostrils and out the nostrils. And as you breathe in, try and breathe again all the way to the belly. So the belly rises and then falls away. Be aware that for this moment in time, you have no responsibilities, nothing you should be doing, nothing you can do other than lie here, feeling the slight ache in the muscles, the feeling of muscles that have been exercised, feeling the steadiness of the floor as it supports your weight, as every part of your body just relaxes onto the mat, onto the floor. Just allow the mind to be free of any decisions, any worries, any thoughts. And as thoughts come into the mind, as they will, just try not to focus on them. Just let them drift across the mind and then let them go. And then, as ever, just bring the attention back to the breath. And as you lie here without any effort, without anything to do, and just enjoy this moment of peace and solitude that you have carved out for yourself. So on the next inhale, make it a really deep breath in and allow the energy from that breath, allow you to make some movements in your fingers and toes. Rotate the wrists, rotate the ankles. And let's take a big stretch. So stretch the arms up above the head. Stretch the feet away from you. Really stretch and then relax. Do that one more time. Stretching the arms above the head in one direction, toes in the other. And then relax. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor by bending your knees. Move the knees from side to side. And when you're ready, if you want to, there's no requirement. If you would like, you can stay on the floor, rest for a little bit longer. Otherwise, roll onto the side, pause here, gentle with yourself, and bring yourself into any seated position that's comfortable. Roll the shoulders back and down. And from here, stretch out the arms. Bring the arms up above the head, palms together. Draw them down in front of the body, front of the chest. Bow the head. Namaste. Hey, kitty, superstar. Start with the show, Nelson.